Well, good morning to you. Those weapons that God has given you are good enough to get the job done. I've been talking to you about the weapons of our warfare. Well, I got to tell you a little thing that happened to me a couple of days ago. It got very cold, which is kind of unusual here in Alabama, but it got very cold. Well, it had rained all day, hard rain all day, and then it got real cold at night. Well, the next morning, I got up to go someplace. I could not get in the car. The doors were frozen from all the rain and the cold. And so I thought, what am I going to do? Well, I came in, got a bucket full of warm water, poured around the doors, still couldn't open it. I did that 3 times, and I couldn't get the doors to open. Well, I'm thinking, what am I going to do? Well, I tried the other car. Those doors were frozen. I couldn't get in. So I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do? Well, finally, by the grace of God, it dawned on me, why don't you unlock the door? You know, I had the keys in my hand with that little button-like thing that you push. Well, I pushed that button. I heard it go click. The doors opened wide open. And I thought, Frank, you know, you need to figure out what's going on here. Now, you listen to what I'm going to tell you. If you're not winning, then find out what's wrong. You see, there wasn't nothing wrong with the car. It was not frozen. I think maybe my brain was a little frozen, but when I got back on the program and unlocked that door, well, then everything began to work just exactly right. Go back to the Word. Take these little faith nuggets and go over the last 2 or 3 weeks about fighting the good fight of faith, because the good fight of faith is the one that we win. And the Bible says warfare. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God. So if it's not working, find out what you did wrong. Years ago, I made a recipe and it got bad. Well, I had adjusted the recipe the way I thought it ought to be. But when I went back to the original recipe, it was fine. So I'm going to tell you this today, and I want you to get this. If you are having some difficulty in winning in everything you're supposed to do, it's your fault. Go back to the Word. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty, powerful through God. Now, tomorrow I'm going to start a whole new series on You Have What You Say. But today, you go back to the Word, do what the Word says, and you will always win. So until I'm with you tomorrow, I want you to remember today that Jesus is Lord. And thank God the Word works.